Morning traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So we did get another green bar, which is pretty good, but we did have quite a big tail on the green bar. But the fact that we're below the moving averages means we are still in a pretty serious downward trend. Okay, oscillators are starting to move up, and what's worrying me is that the pace that they're moving up at the moment, uh, and they're separating as well, which is not doesn't gel very well with me at the moment. So I'm kind of looking at this thinking we could have a second push to the downside, which does make sense. We have had a wedge break, and the most logical thing would be to see a retest of that wedge break. So there was a wedge there, and we had a bigger channel break over here. So I would really be comfortable with a deeper pullback coming into sort of Fibonacci extensions, or even come and test some previous breakouts down here. So this one right at the bottom here, which is 18945, would be the one that I'd be looking at. That would be an area that I'd definitely look, but there's a gap here as well. Okay, so what may also happen is we may just hold this kind of area here, okay, which is 2443. So right now, looking at the 3-hour trend is to the upside. We're above the moving averages. Let me just kill that noise. So we are above the moving averages at the moment. So what we're looking for is to see some sort of consolidation and then move to the upside. So I do expect this to continue a little bit longer. Possibly what I'm looking at is a gap close up here at 22,800. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. This 200 EMA is what I'm also looking to hold on the 1 hour, but we're going to have to wait and see what transpires during the European session. So we could actually drop below it again on the European session. That would be the third time to drop below the moving average, the 200 EMA that is, on the hour. Oscillators grouping nicely, and I always do appreciate 3 attempts to break through, because then I'm looking for a third attempt to break to the upside. So I'm still relatively bullish. I think if we drop below 2443, 20,440 area, then that would be something to start worrying about. But I'd still want to see a drop, and then an attempt at a rally and a retest, and then a drop before jumping in on that. So at the moment, sit on hands. We do have another bit of a wedge forming. Okay, but there's also a triangle consolidation happening as well. So this thing can break either way right now. Okay, so bottom line is lower time frames is the way to go as far as I'm concerned, and look for the fractal breaks. And you can see we've got a fractal break that is attempting right here, but I'm not going to jump in on that. And then we've got a fractal on to the upside here. So, and you can see all these tails, that's confusion at the moment. Okay, so 21,237 to the upside, and pretty much where we are now to the downside. But there is a little Brooks gap here and a previous breakout, which we've already tagged. So let's just come to the breakout. There's our breakout there. So we're just short of the breakout. Okay, so I think one of the ways to do this would be to either take that kind of trend line, or probably that trend line is a better one. I'm looking for a break above that diagonal trend line, and then a pullback and some kind of a retest on the lower time frames, and then look for it to go higher again. Okay, so at the moment we are pretty much we're actually going sideways, even though the moves are pretty big and volatile. But from a longer the higher time frames, I think we still got another push up, and I think that gap up to the top is definitely what the target would be. And before we shut down, let's just move to the weekly, because this is a pretty critical scenario. Clean up the mess. That is a piercing pattern of note on the weekly. Okay, so if that holds through today and tomorrow, even if we have a massive inverted hammer here, that is also a pretty bullish signal. And look at my oscillators at the moment. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's kind of me for today. I hope it helps, and whatever you do, stay safe, keep those stops tight, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.